I want to tell you a story about how my life changed completely. To tell you that story, I need to take you with me to New York City in the fall of 2021 when I went to visit one of my best friends, Greg.
Welcome to New York City. See how fast Greg can move out of the shot. I am in New York City with Greg, who still will not agree to be on camera. And before you ask in the comments, no, we are just friends, because I know it's gonna come up. This is the first time that I have traveled since COVID. First airplane I've been on since May 2019. It is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I met Greg in Mexico in 2018 through YouTube. If you've watched my videos for very long, you might remember when Harper and I went to visit him in Merida, or the 6 weeks he lived in Guanajuato, although he still refuses to be in front of the camera. Greg was part of what got me through the misery of 2020. In January of 2020, my brother died, and all that summer of lockdown, while I was terrifically sad and lonely and afraid, Greg was always there. I would sit on my porch each evening after Harper went to bed, and I would watch as the sun set and the fireflies came out, and I would just sit there in the beautiful stillness of those summer evenings, nearly crushed with sadness over what I had lost and what I was losing and what I might lose. My marriage was ending, and some days it felt like the world was ending too. I sat for hours on that porch, texting Greg how sad and furious I was about everything, and he would just respond, "Yeah, I know, this really sucks." And when it felt like nothing would be good ever again, he would remind me that I am a person who can reinvent myself again and again and again. And so I believed him, and so I did. Back to 2021. The pandemic was in a sort of pause. I had been through a couple of painful breakups, and so I decided to buy a plane ticket and spend a weekend in New York with Greg. It was my very first time traveling since the beginning of the pandemic, but Omicron was on its way, and we were headed into a rough winter. And in a way, we knew that, and it made everything even more precious. We walked all over the city. We ate beautiful food. I cried at the Twin Towers Memorial. We sat in coffee shops and in bars, and in a restaurant where 2 days later Meryl Streep visited. And it was exactly what I needed.
Okay, so where are we? We are in the financial district, and we are actually going to get into a Tesla taxi, Tesla cab, I don't know. It's called Revel, R-E-V-E-L, and there's an app. I think it's like Uber with Teslas. Is it like Uber with Teslas? It's like Uber with Teslas. My first time in a Tesla.
When everything feels cold, everyone is on their way back home. I start humming a song that takes me places that are still
I'm about to go into Janie's life-changing baked goods shop to have a famous pie crust cookie. So this is the last time that you'll see me before my life is changed. I am still deciding. I might get 2. Okay, hold on just a second here. I'm pressed record. So there you go. Okay. These are pie crust cookies. This is a chocolate pie crust cookie. Oh my god. It's like a pie and a cookie. Okay, this one is coffee, toffee, crunch. That is insanely good. Janie's Bakery, 212 West 80th Street. Oh, it's just doggy. Okay, you can stop.
Okay.
Look at this dog, it's so cute.
Does that big cookie taste like pie?
What are these? They're
Cheese
Japanese
tarts.
cheese tarts. Oh wow.
Okay, this is a milk bar pie, formerly known as crack pie. Rebranded. All right, how big of a bite? Let me just cut off a bite from you now before I touch the fork. I can edit all of this out.
No, I'll just take a piece from the back.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Oh man. I'm gonna really regret eating this whole thing. But it's so good. It's so good. It's just pure sugar, eggs, and butter. All right, we are in Little Italy, and we are going to Tony Danza's cheese shop. I don't know what it is, but it's owned by Tony Danza. That much we know. So. leaving this bar, and you're gonna have to walk that way. And there's this woman taking pictures, and I was, filming like on our way out, and she was like, hey, what are you, taking pictures for? And I was like, I was just taking a video for myself. Because I thought that we were in trouble for filming. But she was like, well, actually, like, I'm from the Washington Post, and I was taking pictures, and you're both in it, you and Greg. I mean, she didn't say Greg, she didn't know his name, but you're in the shot, so is that okay? And Greg is so committed to not being photographed that she had to delete them.
I met an old man. I said, tell me your story. He took out an old pen and wrote something for me. Then he kept walking on down the road, and I watched him disappear like smoke. And I thought I'd just seen a ghost. Then I looked down at what he wrote. It said, son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got. Searching for glory. I took out an old pen and wrote in my story. Then I kept walking on down the road. When your time is up, it's time to go. I pray he reads what's on the note.
We are walking on the High Line, and now we're headed to the Chelsea Market.
Son, when you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got. When you grow up you'll be fine. I know you've got questions on your mind. Life is gonna happen one way or the other, whether you like it or not. Stop looking for the answers and you'll find what you've got.
Okay, like right behind me, you can't see, but I'll zoom in, is the Edge, which is where we are going for dinner.
That weekend was a reminder that life could be whatever I wanted it to be. That life was going to be hard and painful and challenging, and sometimes it was going to knock me flat. But it reminded me that I was a person who got back up. I was a person who could sell all of her belongings and move to Mexico with a 3-year-old. I was a person who could leave a 20-year relationship and fall in love again, and then get her heart broken and fall in love again and again. I have my dream job right now, and I work with people I absolutely adore. I've met some of the loveliest people in the world these last couple of years, and I'm about to close on a house that I'm buying with the money I've made and saved all by myself. I knew as I left New York City that fall that COVID was coming back and that we were headed for another lockdown and another long winter. But this time, I remembered that I had been there before, and I had walked out of it stronger and more myself than ever.